Good morning. Our evangelism encouragement this week comes from Romans chapter 1 verse 16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew and then to the Gentile. It can be difficult sharing the gospel, can't it? As we think about our society and how our society responds to things, we're fearful about things. We're fearful that if we share the gospel freely, we might be cancelled. We might be shot down. People might reject us or push us away. And so we think, well, it's hard nowadays to share the gospel. But we have to remember who Paul was writing to when he wrote the letter to the Romans. He was writing to Christians in Rome, and for them to share the gospel freely could well mean death. But he encourages them to not be ashamed of the gospel. And we should be the same today. Let us not be ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes. People can't be made better by self-help or self-improvement, trying to encourage them, spurring them on. The only way that people can be changed and transformed is through the power of the gospel. So let's not be ashamed of the gospel. Let's share it with those that we meet, those that we see every day, our friends, our families, our neighbours, our work colleagues, because it is only through the gospel that they can know a completely transformed and changed life in Jesus. And it tells us as well, isn't it? I'm not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes. No one is too far from the gospel. No one is in a place where they can't receive it. So let's remember that. Let's not sort of hold back from sharing with people because we think that actually there's no way they would ever trust in Jesus. Let's put the gospel before them, remembering that it has power as we share it. So this week I encourage you, do not be ashamed of the gospel, but share it, and share it remembering that it has amazing power to change and transform lives, and that everyone who believes will be saved.